Before sunrise, Chambord stands in darkness, a royal giant waiting to reveal 5 centuries of secrets buried beneath stone.
This is not merely a castle, it is a monument built for glory and repeatedly wounded by history.
In the forests of Ceylon, power once took the shape of towers, staircases, chimneys, and impossible royal ambition. Every owner believed Chambord could serve them, yet the castle always seemed larger than its masters and their dreams. It began as one king's dream, but became a mirror of France's changing soul across 5 turbulent centuries. In 1519, King Francis I ordered a hunting lodge that would look nothing like a simple retreat.
He wanted stone to speak louder than armies, and beauty to announce the rising power of France. The chosen land was wet, remote, difficult, and surrounded by forests that resisted human command.
Yet workers arrived. Stones were hauled, foundations were opened, and an impossible palace began to rise. Chambord was not designed for comfort first. It was designed to astonish every noble who approached.
Its towers climbed upward like frozen flames, while its rooftops formed a strange city above the walls.
At its center, the famous double-spiral staircase turned movement itself into a spectacle of royal genius.
2 people could climb and descend without meeting, as if power had learned to hide in architecture.
Francis I visited to Chambord only briefly, proving the castle was more symbol than home from the beginning.
He built it to display magnificence, but never truly lived inside the dream he had commanded.
When Francis I died in 1547, the force that had animated Chambord suddenly faded into silence.
The enormous castle remained standing, beautiful yet unfinished in spirit, too grand for ordinary occupation. Later kings remembered it, but none gave Chambord the permanent heartbeat its creator had imagined.
Rooms grew cold, halls emptied, roofs suffered, and the surrounding forest seemed to reclaim its ancient patience. Chambord became a sleeping giant, admired from a distance but rarely awakened by real courtly life. Then Gaston d'Orléans, brother of Louis XIII, received the domain and brought attention back to its stones.
This place has been silent too long.
The chateau receiving notice again after silence. Under Gaston, repairs began, damaged parts were strengthened, and Chambord briefly escaped the grip of abandonment. But the castle's fate was never to belong quietly to one prince for very long. After Gaston, Chambord returned to the crown, waiting again for another king to project himself upon it. Louis XIV understood the power of Chambord, even if Versailles would become his true theater. He used the castle for hunting, ceremony, and spectacle, reviving its royal presence through carefully staged visits. Apartments were arranged, the great keep was restored, and the old Renaissance dream glowed again.
Yet even the Sun King could not transform Chambord into the living center of France.
The court arrived, hunted, celebrated, displayed magnificence, and then disappeared, leaving the castle silent again.
In the 18th century, Chambord welcomed Stanisław Leszczyński, a dethroned Polish king living under French protection.
Inside a castle built for triumph, an exiled monarch carried the melancholy of a lost crown. Chambord became more than architecture. It became a refuge for broken power and displaced majesty. Later, the domain passed to Maurice de Saxe, the celebrated marshal and military hero of France. Soldiers, officers, and martial discipline entered spaces once shaped for Renaissance elegance and royal display. Under Maurice, Chambord wore a military face, but still resisted becoming anyone's true home. After his death, silence returned once more, as if the castle rejected every temporary identity. Then the French Revolution arrived, and Chambord's meaning changed more violently than at any earlier moment. What had once symbolized royal magnificence now looked like the stone memory of an overthrown order. Furniture was sold, interiors were stripped, and the castle suffered wounds deeper than ordinary neglect. Chambord was no longer simply abandoned, it was politically exposed, judged by a nation remaking itself. After the Revolution, Napoleon granted Chambord to Louis-Alexandre Berthier, linking the castle to imperial military power. The old royal dream passed into an empire built on campaigns, marshals, and new forms of authority. But even Napoleon's world could not hold Chambord for long against France's unstable 19th century. The castle was later purchased for Henri, Duke of Bordeaux, known to monarchists as Count of Chambord. Suddenly, Chambord became a political symbol again, tied to hopes of restoring the French monarchy. Henry never became king, and the castle remained suspended between royal nostalgia and republican reality. Its stones carried rival visions of France: kingdom, empire, republic, memory, defeat, and impossible return. After Henri's death, Chambord passed to Bourbon-Parma heirs, preserving its dynastic aura into modern times. Yet the age of private royal possession was slowly ending, and the nation was becoming its final master. In 1930, the French state acquired Chambord, transforming the castle into a national inheritance. For the first time, Chambord no longer belonged to one ruler, family, or political dream. It belonged to France, not as a trophy, but as a surviving witness of history. During the Second World War, Chambord helped shelter precious artworks from danger and destruction. A castle once protected by kings now helped protect the cultural soul of a threatened nation. Today, visitors climb its staircases, cross its halls, and look upward at its impossible rooftops. They see beauty, but also abandonment, revolution, restoration, and the long struggle over ownership. Chambord survives because every age tried to possess it, yet none could reduce its meaning. Kings changed, empires collapsed, revolutions burned, families inherited, and governments rose, but the castle remained. Its true master was never one monarch, one soldier, one heir, or one regime. Chambord belongs to time, to memory, and to France itself, standing forever between power and eternity.